My friends, let's talk about the most important battle you'll ever face, the war within yourself. It's time to confront the person in the mirror, to challenge every belief, habit, and thought that's been holding you back. This isn't about self-destruction. It's about self-reconstruction. It's about waging a relentless campaign against your limitations, your fears, and your excuses. When I say go to war with yourself to fix yourself, I'm inviting you to embark on the most transformative journey of your life. Imagine for a moment that you're standing face to face with the version of yourself that you've always dreamed of becoming. This ideal self is confident, purposeful, and at peace. Now look closely at the gap between where you are and where you want to be. That gap is your battlefield. Every inch of progress you make in closing that gap is a victory in this. Speak Clear isn't about violence or aggression towards yourself. It's about love. The toughest, most uncompromising love you can muster. It's about loving yourself enough to refuse to settle for less than your full potential. It's about being willing to dismantle the parts of yourself that no longer serve you, even when it's uncomfortable or downright painful. Think about a sculptor working with a block of marble. To reveal the masterpiece within, the sculptor must chip away everything that isn't part of the vision. That's what this war is about. You're both the sculptor and the marble. You're chipping away at old beliefs, destructive habits, and limiting thoughts to reveal the magnificent being you truly are. Now, I want you to understand that this war isn't a short skirmish. It's not a battle you fight once and then return to your old life. This is a lifelong campaign. Every day you'll face new challenges, new resistances, new parts of yourself that need to be transformed. But with each victory, no matter how small, you become stronger, more aligned with your true self. Let's talk about the enemy in this war. The enemy isn't you. It's the accumulated layers of false beliefs, societal conditioning, and self-imposed limitations that have obscured your true nature. It's the voice in your head that says, you can't, you're not good enough, or it's too late. It's the habits that drain your energy and distract you from your purpose. It's the fear that keeps you small and prevents you from taking risks. To wage this war effectively, you need to become intimately familiar with your enemy. You need to observe your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with unflinching honesty. Notice the patterns that keep you stuck. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. These are the fortifications of your enemy, and to overcome them, you first need to see them clearly. One of the most powerful weapons in this war is awareness. When you shine the light of awareness on your inner landscape, you begin to see things as they truly are, not as you've assumed them to be. You start to notice the gap between your actions and your intentions, between your values and your behaviors. This awareness can be uncomfortable at first, even painful, but it's absolutely necessary for transformation. Remember, in this war, pain is not your enemy, it's your ally. Pain is a signal that something needs to change. It's a wake-up call, urging you to pay attention and take action. When you feel the pain of staying the same becoming greater than the pain of change, that's when real transformation begins. Now let's talk strategy. Like any good general, you need a battle plan. Start by clearly defining your mission. What does victory look like for you? Who do you want to become? What kind of life do you want to create? Be specific and write it down. This vision will be your North Star, guiding you through the toughest pain. Next, identify your primary targets. What are the biggest obstacles standing between you and your vision? Is it a lack of discipline, self-doubt, procrastination, addiction, fear of failure? Once you identified these targets, you can start developing strategies to overcome them. One powerful strategy is to create new habits that align with your vision. Habits are the building blocks of your character. By consciously choosing and cultivating habits that support your growth, you're literally reshaping yourself from the inside out. Start small. Maybe it's meditating for 5 minutes each morning or reading a personal development book for 15 minutes before bed. As these habits become ingrained, you can build on them, creating a positive momentum that propels you forward. Another crucial strategy is to change your self-talk. The words you use, both in your internal dialogue and when speaking about yourself to others, have immense power. They shape your reality and your self-image. Start catching yourself when you use limiting or negative language. Replace "I can't" with "how can I?" Replace "I'm not good enough" with "I'm learning and growing every day." This isn't about denying reality or sugarcoating things. It's about choosing language that empowers you and opens up possibilities. Now let's address a common misconception. Some people here go to war with yourself and think it means being harsh or punitive towards themselves. Nothing could be further from the truth. This war is waged with compassion, not cruelty. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard because you know you're capable of greatness, not because you're trying to prove your worth. In fact, self-compassion is one of your most powerful allies in this war. When you stumble, and you will stumble because that's part of the process, self-compassion allows you to pick yourself up, learn from the experience, and keep moving forward. It's the difference between saying, "I failed," "I'm a failure," and "I failed. What can I learn from this?" As you wage this war, you'll find that your relationship with discomfort changes. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid discomfort. But in this war, you learn to embrace it. You recognize that discomfort is the feeling of growth, of pushing beyond your current limitations. When you feel that resistance, that urge to retreat to your comfort zone, that's when you know you're on the right track. Lean into it. That's where the magic happens. One of the most challenging aspects of this war is that you're fighting an enemy that knows all your weaknesses, all your insecurities, all your secret fears. Your old self will try to sabotage your efforts in subtle ways. It will make excuses, create distractions, and try to convince you that change is too hard or not worth it. This is where your commitment to your vision becomes crucial. You have to want your new life more than you fear leaving your old one behind. As you progress in this war, you'll start to notice changes. Maybe you'll find yourself reacting differently to situations that used to trigger you. Maybe you'll notice new strengths emerging or old fears losing their grip. Celebrate these victories no matter how small they seem. Each one is evidence that you're winning the war, that you're becoming the person you're meant to be. But be prepared for setbacks too. There will be days when it feels like you're losing ground, when old habits resurface or doubts creep back in. This is normal. Progress isn't linear. Sometimes you need to take a step back to leap forward. The key is to stay in the fight, to keep showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. One powerful tool in this war is visualization. Spend time each day visualizing yourself as the person you're becoming. See yourself acting with confidence, making choices aligned with your values, living your purpose. Feel the emotions associated with being that person. This isn't daydreaming or wishful thinking, it's mental rehearsal. You're literally rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways that support your transformation. Another crucial aspect of this war is environment. You're not fighting this battle in isolation. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, the places you spend your time, all of these influence you more than you might realize. Take a hard look at your environment. Is it supporting your growth or hindering it? Are the people in your life challenging you to be better, or are they enabling your old patterns? Sometimes, winning this war requires making tough decisions about who and what you allow into your life. Now let's talk about fear. Fear will be one of your constant companions in this war. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. They'll all show up at various points. But here's the thing, fear is not the enemy. Fear is simply a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, that you're growing. The enemy is letting that fear stop you. Instead, learn to dance with your fear, acknowledge it, thank it for trying to protect you, and then do what needs to be done anyway. One of the most powerful shifts you can make in this war is to change your relationship with failure. In our society, failure is often seen as something to be avoided at all costs. But in this war, failure is your teacher, your guide. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, to refine your approach, to become stronger. When you embrace failure as part of the process, you become unstoppable, because now nothing can defeat you. Every outcome, whether conventionally seen as positive or negative, serves your growth. As you wage this war, you'll find that your perception of time changes. You'll start to think in terms of the long game. Quick fixes and instant gratification lose their appeal when you're focused on lasting transformation. You'll learn to delay gratification, to make choices based on your long-term vision rather than short-term comfort or pleasure. This shift in perspective is incredibly empowering. It allows you to weather the ups and downs of daily life because you're anchored in a larger purpose. One of the most beautiful aspects of this war is that as you transform yourself, you naturally begin to transform the world around you. Your growth inspires others. Your courage gives others permission to be courageous. Your willingness to face your own shadows encourages others to do the same. In this way, your personal war becomes an act of service to the world. Now let's talk about resistance. As you progress in this war, you encounter internal resistance. Part of you will fight against the changes you're trying to make. This resistance often shows up as procrastination, self-sabotage, or a sudden loss of motivation. Recognize this for what it is, your old self trying to maintain the status quo. Don't fight the resistance directly. Instead, acknowledge it, thank it for trying to protect you, and then gently but firmly move forward anyway. One powerful strategy for overcoming resistance is to focus on taking consistent, small actions. Big, dramatic changes are exciting, but they're also scary and often unsustainable. Small, consistent actions, on the other hand, are less threatening to your old self and more likely to lead to lasting change. Remember, you're not trying to win the war overnight. You're in this for the long haul. As you wage this war, you'll find that your definition of success changes. External markers of success, money, status, possessions, start to lose their grip on you. Instead, you begin to measure success by how aligned you are with your values, how present you are in your life, how much you're growing and learning. This shift is incredibly liberating. It frees you from the endless pursuit of more and allows you to find contentment and fulfillment in the present moment. One of the most powerful weapons in this war is forgiveness. Forgiveness of others, yes, but most importantly, forgiveness of yourself. You'll need to forgive yourself for past mistakes, for the times you've fallen short, for the ways you've let yourself down. This forgiveness isn't about condoning or forgetting. It's about releasing the energy that's tied up in regret and self-recrimination so you can use it for growth and transformation instead. As you progress in this war, you'll find that your intuition becomes sharper. You'll start to trust your inner guidance more. This doesn't mean ignoring logic or reason, but rather integrating your intuitive wisdom with your rational mind. Learning to listen to and trust your intuition is a powerful skill that will serve you well in all areas of your life. Now let's talk about patience. This war requires immense patience. You're undoing patterns and beliefs that have been years, maybe decades in the making. Change takes time. There will be periods where it feels like nothing is happening, like you're stuck or even moving backward. During these times, patience is your ally. Trust the process. Keep doing the work, even when you can't see immediate results. Remember, the most profound changes often happen beneath the surface, invisible to the eye, until suddenly they burst forth in unmistakable ways. One aspect of this war that's often overlooked is the importance of rest and recovery. You can't be in battle mode all the time. You need periods of rest, of integration, of gentle self-care. This isn't laziness or avoidance. It's a crucial part of the process. During these times of rest, your subconscious mind is working, integrating the changes you're making. Honor these periods. They're as important as the active idle times. As you wage this war, you'll find that your relationships change. Some relationships will deepen as you become more authentic and open. Others may fall away as you outgrow old patterns and dynamics. This can be painful, but it's a natural trust that as you align more fully with your true self, you'll attract relationships that support and mirror your growth. One of the most profound shifts you'll experience in this war is a change in your relationship with control. Many of us spend our lives trying to control everything, our circumstances, other people, the future. But true power comes from letting go of the illusion of control and instead focusing on what you can influence, your thoughts, your actions, your responses to what life brings. This shift from trying to control to focusing on influence is incredibly liberating. As you progress in this war, you'll find that your capacity for joy increases. This might seem counterintuitive, eh? After all, we're talking about a war. But as you shed the layers that aren't truly you, as you align more fully with your authentic self, you create space for more joy, more peace, more love. You become more available to the beauty and wonder of life. Now, let's talk about purpose. As you wage this war, you'll likely find yourself grappling with questions of purpose. What am I here for? What's my unique contribution to the world? These questions are an important part of the journey. Your purpose isn't something you find outside yourself. It's something you uncover as you peel away the layers of conditioning and false beliefs. It's the natural expression of your authentic self. One of the most powerful realizations you'll have in this war is that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. This shift in perspective is incredibly liberating. It allows you to observe your thoughts without being caught up in them. You can watch your fears, your doubts, your limiting beliefs arise without identifying with them. This creates a space of freedom, a space from which you can choose your responses rather than reacting automatically. As you wage this war, you'll find that your relationship with time changes. You'll become more present, more able to fully inhabit each moment. The past loses its grip on you. The future becomes less anxiety-inducing. You learn to dance in the present moment, fully engage with what is, while still holding a vision for what. One of the most beautiful aspects of this war is that it never truly ends. There's always another level of growth, another layer of conditioning to peel away, another aspect of yourself to explore and refine. But as you progress, you start to fall in love with the journey itself. The war becomes a dance, a playful exploration of your own potential. Remember, my friends, that this war, this journey of self-transformation, is the most important work you'll ever do. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Every step you take towards becoming your truest, most authentic self is a gift not only to yourself, but to the entire world. Because when you shine your light brightly, you give others permission to do the same. So are you ready? Are you ready to go to war with yourself to fix yourself? Are you ready to face your fears, challenge your limitations, and step into your full potential? Are you ready to become the sculptor of your own life, chipping away everything that isn't your truest self? The battle begins now, in this moment. It begins with a choice, your choice. Will you stay comfortable in the familiar territory of your old self, or will you step into the unknown, into the arena of growth and transformation? The choice is yours, and it's a choice you'll need to make again and again, day after day. Remember, you have everything you need within you. You are far stronger, far more resilient, far more capable than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. Trust in that strength, lean into it, let it guide you through the challenges ahead. As you wage this war, as you do this work of self-transformation, you're not alone. Every person who has ever grown, every person who has ever dared to become more stands with you. You're part of a grand tradition of human beings who have looked within, faced their shadows, and emerged stronger, wiser, more whole. So go forth, my friends. Wage this war with all your heart. Be relentless in your pursuit of growth. Be courageous in facing your fears. Be compassionate with yourself along the way. And above all, never ever give up on yourself or your dreams. The world is waiting for you to become who you truly are. It's waiting for you to shed the layers of fear, doubt, and limitation that have been holding you back. It's waiting for you to step into your power to shine your unique light. As you continue this war with yourself, remember that every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Every obstacle is a chance to become stronger, more resilient. When you hit a wall, don't turn back. Instead, ask yourself, what is this here to teach me? How can I use this to become even better? One of the most powerful weapons in your arsenal is your imagination. Your ability to envision a better future. A better you is the spark that ignites transformation. Spend time each day imagining yourself as you want to be. Feel it in every cell of your body. Let that vision pull you forward, even on the days when your motivation wanes. Remember, this war isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. It's about peeling away the layers of social conditioning, false beliefs, and limiting patterns to reveal the magnificent being you truly are. You're not creating something new. You're uncovering what's always been there beneath the surface. As you progress on this journey, you'll find that your definition of success changes. It becomes less about what you have and more about who you are. Less about achievement and more about alignment. Less about impressing others and more about expressing your authentic self. This shift is liberating. It frees you from the endless pursuit of external validation and allows you to find fulfillment within yourself. One of the most profound shifts you'll experience in this war is a change in your relationship with fear. Fear doesn't disappear. In fact, as you stretch yourself, you might find that you experience fear more often. But your response to fear changes. Instead of seeing fear as a stop sign, you start to see it as a signpost pointing towards growth. You learn to say, "Thank you, fear, for showing me where I need to go next." As you wage this war, pay attention to the stories you tell yourself. We are all storytellers, constantly narrating our lives, but many of us are telling stories that limit us, that keep us small. Start to notice the stories you're telling. Are they empowering you or holding you back? Remember, you have the power to change your narrative at any moment. You can choose to tell a story of growth, of resilience, of unlimited potential. One of the most powerful tools in this war is your breath. Your breath is always with you, always available as an anchor to the present moment. When you feel overwhelmed, when the war seems too intense, come back to your breath. Use it to center yourself, to reconnect with your inner strength. Let each inhale fill you with courage. Each exhale release what no longer serves you. As you continue this journey, you'll find that your perception of time shifts. You start to think in terms of seasons rather than days or weeks. You understand that, like nature, you have periods of intense growth and periods of rest, and honor these cycles. Don't expect constant, linear progress. Trust that even in the fallow times, important work is happening beneath the surface. Remember, in this war, consistency trumps intensity. It's not about making dramatic changes overnight. It's about showing up day after day, making small choices that align with your vision of who you want to become. It's these small, consistent actions that lead to profound transformation over time. As you wage this war, you'll find that your capacity for compassion grows not just for others, but for yourself. You start to see your flaws and mistakes not as personal failings, but as part of the beautiful, messy process of being. This self-compassion becomes a powerful ally, allowing you to take risks, to fail, to learn, and to keep growing. One of the most beautiful aspects of this war is that as you transform yourself, you naturally begin to transform the world around you. Your growth creates ripples that extend far beyond you. As you become more authentic, more aligned with your true self, you give others permission to do the same. Your courage inspires courage in others. Your self-love encourages others to love themselves. Remember, this war isn't about reaching a final destination. There's no finish line where you can say, "I'm done, I'm fixed." This is a lifelong journey of growth and evolution. The goal is not to arrive at some perfect state, but to keep expanding, keep learning, keep becoming more fully yourself. As you continue this war, you'll find that your intuition becomes sharper, more reliable. You start to trust that inner voice that often speaks in whispers. This doesn't mean ignoring logic or reason, but rather integrating your intuitive wisdom with your learning to listen to and trust your intuition is a powerful skill that will serve you well in all areas of your life. One of the most profound shifts you'll experience in this war is a change in your relationship with uncertainty. Many of us spend our lives trying to create certainty to control outcomes, but true growth happens in the realm of uncertainty. As you progress on this journey, you learn to embrace uncertainty as a field of infinite possibility. You learn to say, "I don't know what will happen," and that's exciting. Remember, in this war, every experience is a teacher. The joyful experiences teach you about what lights you up, what you want more of in your life. The painful experiences teach you about your strengths, your resilience, your capacity to overcome. Learn to welcome all experiences as opportunities for growth. As you wage this war, you'll find that your relationships change. Some relationships will deepen as you become more authentic and open. Others may fall away as you outgrow old patterns and dynamics. Trust this process. As you align more fully with your true self, you naturally attract relationships that support and mirror your growth. One of the most powerful realizations you'll have in this war is that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. This shift in perspective is incredibly liberating. It allows you to observe your thoughts without being caught up in them. You can watch your fears, your doubts, your limiting beliefs arise without identifying with them. This creates a space of freedom, a space from which you can choose your responses rather than reacting automatically. As you continue this journey, remember to celebrate your victories, no matter how small they may seem. Every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you face a fear, every time you act in alignment with your values, these are all victories in this war. Acknowledging these wins builds momentum and reinforces your commitment to growth. Remember, my friends, that this war, this journey of self-transformation is the most important work you'll ever do. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Every step you take towards becoming your truest, most authentic self is a gift not only to yourself, but to the entire world. Because when you shine your light brightly, you give others permission to do the same. So keep going. Keep pushing your boundaries. Keep challenging your limitations. Keep peeling away the layers that aren't truly you. Keep showing up day after day, committed to your own growth and evolution. The world needs you. The real you, the authentic you, the you that you're uncovering through this war. Remember, you are far stronger, far more resilient, far more capable than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. Trust in that strength. Lean into it. Let it guide you through the challenges ahead. And know that as you wage this war, as you do this work of self-transformation, you're not alone. You're part of a grand tradition of human beings who have looked within, faced their shadows, and emerged stronger, wiser, more whole. So go forth, my friends. Wage this war with all your heart. Be relentless in your pursuit of growth. Be courageous in facing your fears. Be compassionate with yourself along the way. And above all, never ever give up on yourself or your dreams. The greatest version of you is waiting to be unleashed. The time is now. The place is here. The person is you. Go to war with yourself to fix yourself. And in doing so, discover the magnificent being you truly are.